All right, people, we have a very, very special guest today, a Yankees diehard, host of the Bronx or Nothing podcast, Mario Gomez. Mario, how you doing, brother?
Hey, I'm good, man. Just came off, seeing the Yankees win in Baltimore. Great start from Nestor. How about Franchi Cordero? He's killing it. Aaron Judge, 2 homers. The vibes are good. This team feels a little bit different. I like it.
Love it. We're doing a new background. I saw Aaron Judge like AI as the Easter Bunny, so I threw
Yeah, that's
the
cool.
background.
I like
We're gonna
that.
be like Woody Page on Around the Horn. We're just gonna throw things up there, try to get the best thing. Keith was like, it takes time, but I think this is funny. Works off my personality. But let's get back to you. All right.
Got you.
So when I ask people like who I should have on, you were tagged all over the place. I started following you, and you're at the stadium like every single day. How many games do you go to a year?
I try for 65 to 70 home games, which I know is crazy. It's crazy. So I try for that every year, and I try to hit 2 to 3 new stadiums because my goal is I want to be able to watch the Yankees play at every stadium, right? And I want to be able to hit every MLB stadium, but I want to make sure that they're there, because obviously I'm a baseball fan, but I feel like it's better, my team's playing. I'll be really engaged then.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. How'd you become a Yankees fan?
Actually, funny story how I became a Yankee fan. So my dad is a Yankee and Giant fan. My mom is a Mets and Jets fan. And so my mom was pregnant with me. My dad went to go. He's like, hey, didn't tell anybody. He just told I think my grandfather, and he went to go buy me like a Yankee jersey before I was born because they were finding out, in 2 days, your son's gonna be born or whatever. So he goes by to buy me a Yankee jersey. My mom was like, once I get out of this hospital, I'm buying my son like a Met jersey. And I always tell my dad, hey, listen, I'm grateful for you because I would be miserable if I was going to Citi Field 65 to 70 times a year. So I'm thankful for my dad. He made me a Yankee fan. And yeah, my dad's the reason why I'm a Yankee fan.
That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, it's like Anthony Volpe. 2 hours later, he was wearing the Yankees hat.
Yep.
All right, cool. So you need to walk through this story. You buy an Anthony Volpe 77 jersey.
Yep.
And then he announces he's number 11. And then I don't know what's happening. It's like opening day, or maybe it's day 2. Then all of a sudden I'm seeing the Yankees are giving you a free jersey. What the hell's going on?
Oh yeah, that's a crazy story. So I obviously jumped the gun. I'm excited. Anthony Volpe was a senior in high school. He was the number 1 ranked shortstop in high school when I was a junior, and I was ranked like 44. Obviously, I'm nowhere near the level he was at. So I'm like, okay, I was dreaming about it. He was with Outlider's son playing. To my buddy, I was like, it'd be crazy if this kid from New Jersey ended up playing for the Yankees. And then one of the scouts there at his state final told me, he's like, hey, listen, he's probably not going to fall to the Yankees. That'd be a good story, but probably not going to fall. And then we're watching the draft. He doesn't get drafted by Seattle. I think that was like the destination. Everybody was like, all right, Volpe's going to go there. So he get drafted by Seattle. Yankees draft him. Then COVID happens in 2020, so he doesn't play. And the fact that he's a Yankee right now is it's crazy how quick, he got up there. So I jumped the gun. Everybody was telling me, hey, his family's down there at spring training wearing 77. So I'm like, okay, I jumped the gun. I'm like, all right, he's wearing 77, Aaron Judge with 99, Volpe 77, Dominguez or Spencer Jones 88. That's how it's going to work.
Yeah, no, it's pretty cool.
And then Jack Hurry ends up, putting out the tweet, Anthony Volpe wore number 11. So I'm sick to my stomach. I obviously tweet out thinking like, I'm sad, obviously. But I'm like, hey, listen, I'll end up wearing 77 to the stadium. It's a unique jersey, his family, man. I think it was like his cousins were there when he got announced that he made the team, which was a cool story. But they all had 77. So I'm like, all right, this is safe. I tweeted out, I'm thinking like, obviously I'm trying to fix. So I call this place in Brooklyn. I'm like, hey, could I change like my jersey? Because I found out you guys like do like jersey exchanges for Yankee jerseys.
Right.
So they're like, hey, listen, nobody wears 77. We're not interested. I get that call in the morning. I'm like, all right, that's fine. So I'm at the stadium, I'm at the team store, and I'm eyeing down that 11 jersey, and they're going off the shelf quick. I'm like, all right, by the end of the Philly series, I'm gonna end up buying an 11 jersey, whatever. I'll take the hit. I'm at the store. The Yankees Twitter admin DMs me. He DMs me and he's like, hey Mario, where you at? And I'm like shaking. I'm like, there's no way this is true. Like the Yankees are DMing me right now. You know, my favorite team growing up. It's crazy. Opening day, the vibes are so good back in the stadium. I get the message. I'm like, I'm at the team store. I start freaking out because I'm at the team store and the connection there, I guess, is kind of bad. And nothing sending. I'm like, oh my God. Like, they're like, hey, don't buy that Volpe jersey. Meet us outside by, where they customize the jerseys, like in the hall. So I go there and this gentleman's there. He's like, that jersey made me sad. And then he pulls out the 11 jersey. And I'm like, I can't do that. How much is it? He's like, bro, you're a great fan. Keep doing what you're doing. It was awesome. It was a great day.
It's
On
really
top of that,
awesome.
the Yankees won. So it was a good day. Yeah. Great story.
No, that's unbelievable. You're basically like almost the mascot for the Yankees. Or at least they're trying to make you one of them because you're doing the right things. You're going to all you deserve a free jersey. You're going to 60, 70 games. You're buying all the food. You're eating all the food at the stadium. I saw you did an Aaron Judge burger review.
Yep.
Was it really a 9.3 or whatever? Was it really that good?
No. It was really good. Again, the line's long. Some people don't, like to go to Billy's before the game stand. Get in there early for one game, try out the burger. That's just me. Because listen, I'm a picky eater, but it's a good burger. I will give that to the Yankees. Their food options are getting better at the stadium, which I like to see.
Yeah, absolutely. I used to go hot dog all the time. Lucky hot dog. I would eat it at every single game and I go to every playoff game. So like 6 hot dogs in 6 days. It was getting to be a lot. And then somebody that commented like, maybe the lucky hot dog isn't lucky. Like they haven't won the World Series since you started doing it. I was like, you know what? Fair. So we're not doing that. We didn't eat it. I might go with the lucky pretzel, but other than that, okay. I love milkshakes at Yankee Stadium. I go nuts for the milkshakes. All right. The Bronx or Nothing podcast is new. You're doing it with your friend, KC. Tell me a little bit about it, why you wanted to start it. Obviously, you have a huge following now on social media. But yeah, tell me about it.
It's always something that I kind of wanted to start off like a podcast. It was kind of a dream of mine. I see a lot of, the Yankees fan base is big. The Yankees fan base is one of the biggest. So I would go to the stadium a lot, because usually I go alone to the stadium. I go to so many games. Nobody's as crazy as me going to all those games, especially sitting in the bleachers like I usually do. So I kind of just wanted to, start talking about the Yankees, outside of the stadium. And, me and Kevin met through Twitter Spaces. We went to Florida together, like at the same time. We're just kind of talking about like, hey, listen, a podcast would be something cool, nothing crazy, just loose. I'm not a big analytical guy. Like, my eyes will tell me what I see. Like, obviously, a lot of people, the Yankees are very heavy in analytics, but I'm more of a fan where, like I said, my eyes tell me what I see. So it's a loose podcast. We talk stats, things like that, but it's just more like, the vibes in the stadium, what happened throughout the series, just something a little different we want to do, in our podcast, The Bronx or Nothing, but we enjoy it. And yeah, I feel like it's going well. Obviously it's a process, in the beginning, but I really do enjoy like doing it twice a week like we do. So
good. No, yeah. When is it? So that people know what days does it come out?
Usually towards the end of the series. So right when the series we try to drop, like we're dropping one tonight.
Nice.
So yep.
Okay, so yeah, look out for the Bronx or Nothing podcast. I heard some of it's really good insight.
Thank you, man.
And it's fun. You're like you're saying, like you're giving your instant reaction and that you feel that fan passion. So no, I thought it was really good. Yeah, I just started this like a couple weeks ago. And I was gonna do a Yankees podcast, and I just didn't want to. I want to bring on Yankee fans, and I want to I don't want to compete with anyone. I just didn't want to have that vibe.
I feel the same way.
So like now I can have you on. I had Keith McPherson on. I had Dan Rourke on. I can bring everyone on, and we could talk ball. But it doesn't have, I can promote you as well, the person. So no, but keep on doing what you're doing because honestly, it's really good, and you're going to get better as every single episode goes. So
Yep.
continue to kill it. Did I ask you what your favorite food at Yankee Stadium was?
Nah, I usually like getting, so I guess this place is like hidden because everybody asks me, where do you get the wings from? House of Wings is right next to the right field foul pole, and that's what I really enjoy. Usually get the buffalo wings and fries there. That's what I enjoy. The Judge Burger is up there now. I will admit, I really did like that Judge Burger, but I definitely go with the wings and fries right near the right field foul pole.
Okay. I'm going to get the wings. I'm going to try them, and I'm going to do a review for you. I'll get back to you on that.
Cool,
All right.
cool.
The last personal question before we talk ball. Take myself and yourself out of the equation.
Okay.
Who is the biggest, and non-family members, who is the biggest Yankee fan that you know?
Biggest Yankee fan that I know.
That's a tough question because I feel like
yeah. There's so many people I know from Twitter. I mean, listen,
pick one person. You only can pick one person.
Okay, this might upset a lot of people.
No,
me being a college student, right? I understand. Listen, I have to drive 2 hours, and I know it's only 2 hours. People that come from California, but my buddy CJ, he's in the 4 line. That's like his podcast. That's his group.
Okay.
He also sits in the bleachers with me. He comes from Quinnipiac, and he has to take the train in on weekends. So I understand that. That's why I'll say CJ, but there's a lot of great Yankee fans. But I'll have to go with CJ because he understands like the struggle of being in college and having to go to these games. And listen, it's not like he's getting paid. Money's coming out of his pocket. Money's coming out of my pocket to go to the stadium. But he goes because he loves the team.
All right.
And that's what I love to see.
What's his last name?
Pacala.
Okay, I think I know him. I think I know him. He gets wild at games.
Yeah.
We got to get him on the podcast. He's
definitely.
He goes nuts. He goes
I love
nuts
that.
For the
I love that. I love that about CJ.
That's a great answer right there. That's a really good answer. All right. So let's talk about the Yankees now. Aaron Judge, 2 home runs today. He's the Easter Bunny. I mean, we had to put it up there. Oh wait, I had one more question. About you. Do you have like a favorite football team or a favorite basketball team? Or are you just solely a Yankees guy?
Well, I guess like you could say they're my teams. Like once the Yankee season's over and it hasn't ended great, like the past couple of years, usually I take like a 1 week break. Like I don't, I'll listen to Yankees news, all that. I don't watch any other sports while the Yankees are going on. Like once spring training's here, my focus, like I'll watch the Knicks casually. I'll go to a Jet game, like 1 or 2 towards like January when the tickets are cheap, because they're garbage. But it's pretty much the Yankees for me. Okay. It's pretty much the Yankees, but I'll watch like casually, maybe the Rangers a little bit here and there, but
true.
It's just Yankees. Sports. Yep.
Okay, cool. Yeah, maybe we'll get you a fantasy team during the football season so you can really get into it. Because everybody needs that second. That's where I really get my analytical mind off is during football. It's easier because really, what's the difference between WAR and FWAR? What's the difference between OX? Yeah. Like there's all these numbers that we run and regurgitate. And I call myself an I guy too. I have all the numbers in front of me. I've read the books, but I see. I was a guy who was like that guy Anthony Volpe. He's a ball player. Like we need him. Like so I do feel that. But football. We'll get you going. Football season. I mean, hey, it's just started the Yankee season. We got plenty of time. We're 9 games through, 3 series down. Yankees are 6-3.
6-3. Yep.
6-3. What's your biggest takeaway from the first 3 series?
My biggest takeaway, I really do think the team is different. Like the vibes around the team. So listen, me and you, we obviously both do not like the Houston Astros, right?
Correct.
And this is a point that I actually wanted to make while I was on here. So one thing they do is they put out the same 5 guys in the lineup. And we could hate them all we want. You know who it's going to be. Even though Altuve is hurt, it's going to be Pena, it's going to be Alvarez, it's going to be Tucker, and it's going to be Bregman and Altuve when he's healthy. And I get the Yankees have their built-in off days, right? but that's what like I'm dying to see. I get, Trevino can't catch every game, right?
Right.
Higgy's gonna have to catch, and Higgy's by no stretch of the imagination, he's not an all-star. But I like how it's been those top 5 guys, how it's been DJ, Judge, Stanton, Rizzo, and Glaber. I think Glaber sat like one game, and that's what I like. That's what I like to see. And Volpe, he struggled, but they keep him in the lineup because they believe in the kid. And
Yeah.
that's like the biggest takeaway that I would say in the first 9 games. That's what I like that the Yankees are doing. And they should do that going forward. I know it's a long season and guys are bound to get hurt, but I like that. I like that.
No, absolutely. And I saw that you're a Donaldson guy. I mean, I'm a Donaldson guy. I have the same birthday as Josh Donaldson. So I'm a Josh Donaldson guy, whether I like it or not. But having him out might be addition by subtraction a little bit because DJ is just a better player than Josh Donaldson. And it is what it is. We're paying DJ something like 16 million. Josh is getting 21. Obviously, we don't want guys hurt like at all in any sense. But yeah, when you can plug in DJ, then Aaron, then Rizzo, then Stanton, then Glaber's the top 5, you're absolutely right. That's the momentum that you need. I don't know if Boone was necessarily doing that before Donaldson got hurt, but I do agree with you that Volpe should be batting 9th. Cabrera should be playing every single day. I mean, he's young. He's 24 years old. Definitely. He should be playing every single day, in my opinion. And then, like we have Franchi, and then you just switch between the catchers. But yeah, I think that's really your roster. When Bader comes back, it's gonna make Boone's life a lot easier because you slot him in at the 6 hole, then you can put Cabrera 7, catcher 8, Volpe 9. So yeah, I think, and as bad as I was on Boone during the first few games, like the Hicks IKF in the same lineup game, I think he's trying to see like out of Hicks, IKF, and Franchi, only one of them is going to probably be on the roster because Bader's going to come back. And honestly, I would expect what I'm hearing.
Okay.
I would expect Peraza to be up in like 20 days.
I do expect that too.
Honestly, like I don't mind either way because if you want to have a competition up in the majors between Volpe and Peraza, that's fine. We know he's got the glove. I'd much rather see him than IKF personally. IKF's a great dude and everything. Shout out to my cousins who were just in Hawaii, but like it's
not personal with IKF.
Nothing personal.
He's a good dude. Yep.
Nothing personal.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're a pretty positive guy. So now I got to ask, what's your biggest concern with the Yankees?
Biggest concern right now, I guess the bullpen. I'm a little worried, even though like the names in there are still good. I do worry about Clay a little bit, even though he's looked good. Loaiza going down, like you worry a little bit because I don't know what's really gonna happen with like the pitching side, I guess, because Rodon's coming back. So are they gonna move Clark Schmidt to the bullpen? I mean, Susan Wallman said today that Brito is staying with the team, so. Nothing against Clark, and I like Clark. Like I defend everybody on my team. That's how I try to be like that optimistic fan. But he's just better in the bullpen. You have to move Clark Schmidt to the bullpen and let Johnny Brito pitch. I mean, 2 outings. I get it. It's 2 outings.
Nice way to say it. That's as nice as anybody on the planet can talk about Clark Schmidt right now. I was with Keith last week. We were talking about him. I'm like, please don't let this guy start again. He needs to go back down, locate, or just go to the bat. Like, listen, if you're telling me that Clark Schmidt is better than Albert Abreu, I can listen to that argument. Yeah. But if you're going to tell me that Clark Schmidt is better than Johnny Brito right now, after the sample size that we've seen, that changeup is nasty. Brito is
I mean that
real. He looks good, and you got to continue to start that kid. Although I do think that Clark's going to start one more game. I was looking at the pitch-up matchups. So he's going to get one more start, and, he's going to have his 3rd recorded loss. And the Yankees are going to be 8-4 after 12 or something.
You never
And
know.
then
You never know.
Yankees
You
will
never
be
know.
out of it.
Nah, you never know. We could slug. We could slug, find our way, and maybe,
It's
he
true.
pitches well and Rodon comes back. And I mean, we'll see what happens. I'm not like completely done with Clark. Like people say, he sucks. Like, I mean, listen, he was good out of the bullpen last year. And the Guardian series, like, you just kind of have a bad taste in your mouth. Like,
Right. That's true.
recency bias, as human beings, recency bias is a real thing. So I
It
understand
is
why.
true. It
Yep.
is true, but recency bias and recency bias behind recency bias, his
Yeah.
last four outings for Yankees have not been good in any sense. And
Mhm.
it's fine. Like, he might have good enough stuff to be a major league starter. I just don't think he has that top tier starter to be a Yankee. And that and I maybe I'm wrong, and I would love to be dead wrong about him. That's just a guy that I just don't see as far as we go eye test. And then you look into the numbers, 20th percentile in finding the strike zone. That's the stuff that, like, honestly, if you're giving up 7 runs and you're not walking people, like, I can almost get over it sometimes. But that's the stuff that starts to hurt me because, like, his spin rate's great, but what's a good spin rate if you can't find the strikes, if you don't know where you're throwing it? So there's going to be a rant about Clark Schmidt every single episode accidentally. Like, I didn't even mean for that to happen. We'll stay positive. I had this crazy thought that when Sevy comes back, especially if Rodon is healthy, to throw him in the bullpen to try to just warm him up a little bit. I don't know what your thoughts are on that, but like, I'd love to see him as the Yankees closer later on in October. It's a little wild, but
yeah. I think with Sevy, the Yankees kind of relying on him. And listen, like I said, I love all these guys. Like Sevy, been with the Yankees for so long. Like he's one of the Yankees that have been here, for a good while. He, came up with Judge and all that. But I think like this is his last year as a Yankee. And listen, if Brito's good, and I don't know what's gonna happen with Frankie. I mean, the news with Frankie is kind of like that. Yeah, not good. So I mean, the Yankees bullpen's good. Maybe I can see him, getting outs in the bullpen. He'll probably come back as a starter though. I mean, because it's Cole, Nestor, Rodon, and then you probably need Brito and Severino. So I'm guessing, but I don't know. I mean, he could be a closer for the Yankees.
It's a really tough question.
Yeah, it's tough because I don't think the Yankees, like, I would like to see it, but I don't think the Yankees would do that with the money they pay him because they know like this is it for him. I love the guy, and he's not coming back next year. As much as I like the guy, the Yankees are not going to re-sign him. They'll probably roll with Brito and sign another starter.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's probably too early on Brito, and it was just a thought I had. But honestly, you are making sense because he isn't here next year. So, like, you might as well see exactly what you can get out of that arm until it's done. If he had, how we play with kid gloves with Giancarlo, as in he plays, 50 games in the outfield. If we had Luis Severino until 2027, maybe we would go there. But no, that's a perfect answer. All right, Aaron Judge, 2 home runs today. He has 1 billion home runs already this season. Is he going to repeat as MVP?
I would love for him to repeat as MVP. Aaron Judge, our captain, MVP last year, says all the right things. Perfect Yankee. What more could you ask? I just think it's going to be tough. Like, he would have to do something like Barry Bonds. He would have to hit like close to 70 homers. Hit like 340.
Well, if he hits 60 again, he's winning, no?
I just think Shohei's going to be on a mission this year.
Yeah.
Guys, it's so tough because Shohei, it's pitching and it's hitting. It's so hard to compete with that for Judge. And I want to say he's going to win it again because I think he can have that repeat season.
I'm happy you didn't. I know, it's good. Be honest about it. No, and you're right. I mean, I've talked to a couple of writers that are basically saying that the guys are just putting Ohtani in as the ballot already. I'm like, this is insane. But it is really good to grow the game, having Ohtani as the guy. And I mean, for the World Baseball Classic, like, we saw the eyes on it. So like that's fair. That's fair.
Let-
I knew I had to ask you because I know that you're a positive guy.
yeah.
I wanted to see how you were feeling about that one. All right. We
Wait,
play a game.
let me throw a wrench in there. Let me throw a wrench in there
Yeah.
real quick. So maybe Shohei gets traded to the NL. Maybe some team is like, hey, listen, like the Dodgers, like, hey, we want to get, half a year of Shohei, show him how great it is, in LA, although he's already in LA, in Dodger blue. Maybe they trade him, and then Aaron Judge it's basically like, listen, it's on a silver platter for you. You're the MVP. So maybe that's like,
that.
that's like a pipe dream, but hey, you never know.
It's forward thinking. And listen, we're different age groups. I grew up with the 90s Yankees. So like MVPs mean little to nothing for me. Like I was obviously ecstatic that he won it last year because if anybody else had won it when he had 62 home runs, I would have freaked out.
Yeah.
But usually individual rewards for me personally, I could care less, but no, it's a great answer. It's forward thinking. Ohtani's getting traded to the NL. Aaron Judge wins regular season MVP, World Series MVP. Boom.
Oh, love that. Love the sound of that.
Yeah. All right. Okay. We play this game called fill in the blank. I'm just gonna ask you a question, and as I do it on Twitter all the time, and then So first question is: Johnny Brito will end up with blank wins in 2023.
8.
Only 8. Okay.
8. Yeah.
He's already a quarter of the way there. Then.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think they're gonna have him. Unfortunately, probably gonna send him down for a little bit in the minor leagues when Severino comes back and Rodon, which I know Yankee fans don't want to hear that. I think they're gonna if Clark pitches well, they're probably gonna let Clark pitch for a little bit longer and then move him to the bullpen. But I mean, like Susan said, it's gonna be tough. If that kid keeps doing like what he's doing, you can't send him down.
Absolutely.
But we'll see.
Fair. I think I have it at like 11.5 right now.
Okay.
That's where I'm sitting. And I usually don't answer these questions, but all right. Anthony Volpe will have blank extra base hits this year. And if you want to take it anyway, you can go doubles, triples, home runs. I had last week, I had stolen bases. I always like asking Anthony Volpe question. So why don't you go? You can go with doubles, and then you can go with home runs if you want.
I was gonna say maybe like 17 to 15 homers, and I was thinking, listen, that swing yesterday when he went opposite field, I'm like, that ball's gone in Yankee Stadium. This kid's gonna be fine. He's a ball player. Me and you know this. We're not gonna freak out over 9 games like everybody else. He is a ball player. He's born to be a Yankee. This kid's gonna be fine. And the stolen base numbers, I'm gonna say like 40. I mean, didn't he kill it in the minor leagues last year? So I think, So
absolutely. I think he only has 3 still because when he's gotten on base, it's triple. He walked. Franchi was in front of him today. So it's still at 3. He said 45. My number's been 35 the entire time before the season.
And that's fair. Fair. The kid's still young. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, 35 is, if you can go 35 still, you can play my team anytime. All right. I had, Giancarlo Stanton will have blank home runs in 2023.
I'm still high on Giancarlo. Like I know a lot of Yankee fans think, he doesn't play a lot of outfield. The trade was bad. I still think he's gonna have. I'll take 41. I'll take 41 homers for Big G.
Love that. And then the Yankees will have blank wins in 2023.
With the travel and everything, because we play. Listen, I saw actually a TikTok. It was like the Yankees travel throughout the year. Like it's crazy. I think they have 3. They go to the West Coast 3 times in June and July, like 3 separate trips, which is insane. The way they're looking right now, I'll go 97.
Okay.
I'll go 97 wins. Yeah.
Yeah. Fair. I mean, if they play their players, it's always something that I get weird about because Boone is so new school and so analytical and so rest and kind of makes sense because 7 teams make the playoffs now and there's 2 buys and how things shake out. But I like that number, 97. I think he said 100. Not sure.
That'd be tough. Yeah.
But you guys you're right in the middle of those 2 guys. So pretty good. All right. This was really fun. I have one other question for you. We'll definitely try to have you on again for sure. Definitely cool talking with you. But this block is called Truth Serum. So I'm going to ask you a question, and you have to pretend that you've been injected with Truth Serum. It's November 1st. Is Mario Gomez going to be watching the Yankees in the World Series, or will it be another disappointing season?
Oh, I'll be watching them in the World Series. I'll be watching
Okay.
them against the San Diego Padres in the World Series.
Wow. Love it. And the other guys didn't have the gall to say that the Yankees would make it in the World Series. So that's what we need. You're the positive Yankee fan that every single Yankee needs. I mean, that's why everyone on Yankees Twitter loves you. That's why you're gonna blow up and you're gonna be a superstar. Keep on killing it on
Thank you,
Bronx
man.
or Nothing podcast. The Mario Gomez. Follow him. Had a great time.
Yeah.
Been a real pleasure. Nothing but success your way coming soon.
Hey, thank you, man. Thank you, guys. Thank you for having me on. I really enjoyed it. It's something different that I love what you're doing here, and thank you so much. I really appreciate it.